All right, how's it going, guys? This is Jackson Campbell. I am the CEO and co-founder of Platinum Athletic Club.
I'm Andrew Finley, CFO and co-founder of Platinum Athletic Club.
And now we have a special guest here, and we'll let him introduce himself.
My name's X, go here at Northwood University, run track and field, business management major, 8-time All-American, national champion in 60.
Why you texting my line? Why you do that to me?
So we brought him on today because he was interested in talking about what we have to say. And so today, we are focusing on time management, how people balance their lives and make sure everything's staying intact, and how they do it, So we're gonna have a good conversation about that. I'm gonna ask X a couple questions. I'm gonna ask Drew a couple questions. Drew's gonna do the same thing, and we're just gonna have a good conversation. So to start off, we got practice almost every day, and I mean it's grueling work. We have lifts where we have to wake up at 5 a.m. We got practice sometimes right after, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of work, balancing school. This being a private school, usually there's higher expectations, So you've been here for multiple years, you're a fifth year, right?
No, not really, like 4.5, because I would have been out this year, but
sure, I got
school, how they get everything situated.
I know it. So we're just gonna start off right now. I mean, how did you get through the years of just managing everything? When it came to jobs, school, practice, competitions, all that stuff.
I ain't gonna lie, it's difficult, but the main thing is trying to be stress-free while doing it. Cause I know I got 2 jobs working, and then coming to practice and stuff. The main thing I say is just be able to manage your time, know which one is more priority, and balance it out.
Right.
Cause I know I got 2 jobs, and like you said, we practice every day, so try to work on the weekends or mornings before class, and then come in and have practice and stuff. But I feel like the main thing with that is you like I said, you want to be able to allocate what you're doing, what's more important for you to do. So I know school, that's the main focus. So I definitely have school top priority, and then practice, but then work too, because I gotta make money.
Of course,
it's hard, especially being a college student and an athlete. It get real hard. But as long as you keep a level mind, and just be calm about it, don't stress yourself out too much. It's actually easy in the long run.
That's awesome. I mean, I know you have your fiance, which congratulations, by the way. Yeah. How do you balance, her and your family back in Texas? How do you balance all that as well?
It's really no balance. It don't get easier, because that's the most difficult thing, being an athlete and then trying to manage family and relationships. Because I know that's more of a stress on me and her, me running track, because it's literally we don't really have that much time with each other.
Right.
Only if it's the weekend, but we try to manage time as much as we can possible. And then family, I don't get to see them as often. It's probably been a year now.
Really?
Since I went back home. Yeah. So it's definitely tough, but it's everybody know that you're trying to do something greater with your life, trying to make something big out of it. So they understand it. They real understanding about it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. My family was also supportive of me going here. Even though I'm getting a bit of money for scholarships, whether it be academic or athletic, it's still a good amount of money to come here, and I did it because business, I want to do business, especially with the platinum stuff that me and Drew started. I thought that the schooling would be perfect, and if I get to play a sport out of it,
it's a plus on both ends.
Exactly.
It's a plus on both ends, and it's good that y'all doing it now. Y'all freshmen, it's y'all already making that big step that a lot of people don't make. So it's just keep focused, stay on that. It's gonna eventually pay off. And it's, like I said, y'all starting young. Not a lot of people doing that.
Right.
You never know what can come out of it as long as you keep your head focused and then really strong about what you're doing.
Yeah, for real. Now, what about you, Drew? How have you balanced or been balancing your life ever since you've been here? It's a big change.
Yeah. Well, for the family aspect of it, I only live 2.5 hours away. Mm-hmm.
Big change. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I live 20 hours. 20 hours away.
So some weekends I go see them when I'm not practicing and stuff.
Right.
For sure. And then for school and like in track and stuff, just trying to get the most out of my time. Like try to get my homework done as soon as I can, because you know practice is gonna come up later in the week too. At points where I'm like, and like tired after practice too. Like there's gonna be days where like I know I don't want to do it. So like get it done while I'm still like mentally fresh in the week and stuff for sure.
Yeah.
And then and always leaving a little bit of time out just to like
for yourself,
do
just
stuff.
to relax.
Do stuff you actually want.
But I would say that's the toughest thing though, like trying to like balance everything out. Like fall semester really not as tough because it's like more relaxed. Like you just train and you really don't have meets. But spring semester would probably be like the biggest. Like damn, like it's so much stuff to do, it's so stressful. But it's like and that's when that stress management come in, because it's like, okay, I got this to do, I know this dude, we got to meet, and then we're gonna be on the road. Like what I need to do, get done. Like you just gotta learn how to just stay calm, stay positive. Like cause the more you stress yourself out, the more it's harder it's gonna be. So
especially in a sport like track, too, you can't
year
stress
round.
out.
Year round.
If you run stress, bro, you're gonna be not gonna get it wrong.
Not at all. Because you're thinking about too much.
Right. Now that brings me up to my next question. I mean, you guys have been talking about it a lot, how stressful things can be. You know, I mean, for both of you guys, honestly, I mean, what are the things that help you keep stress down?
I say, what help me keep stress down? Like I'm like, track wasn't my first sport. Like so, basketball, that's my first love. Like I love basketball. Like anytime I get to play basketball, I play basketball just to like chill out.
Right.
Or like if I go play pool or something by myself, like just to get a like just hitting the ball, like that's taking stress away. Or I just sit in my room, cut my TV down low, and just listen to some music, lay on the bed, like just really vibe to the music. If that's it. Or I'll go to the sauna or something, just sit in the sauna. Like that'd be cool. Like I'm straight. Like I ain't really just stressing about too much. Or, you know, just have a conversation with somebody back home, just tell them, like, pour your feelings out, like, damn, I'm feeling like this, but everything cool, just know you got somebody that's with you to support you the whole way through. Yeah. But other than that, though, like, stress, it's really not nothing to it. As long as you don't really just, like, get consumed by it, then that's the thing. Like, you got to really just stay calm.
Yeah, and that's what I feel a lot of people struggle with, you know, once things get too much, they just back down, and they just crumble and everything goes to shit, you know? And that's why I feel like being able to manage your stress is so important, because if you're able to manage your stress, you'll do better in school, you'll do better outside of school, you'll do better sports, all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, stress is huge.
Yeah, it play a big role, because you got to think, like, that's, especially with athletes like you see nowadays, like, rest in peace to all the athletes, but you see a lot of athletes commit suicide right now. Like, that's a big problem right now, because it's like the stress levels and it's not really paid attention to.
A lot of expectations.
Yeah, a lot of expectations, and not a lot of people like actually focus on like what athletes go through. Like, oh, just another athlete, they can do it, they gonna get through it. But it's like it's so much that come with it. Like you really be stressed out about what's going on. And it's like not too many people care about the athletes and what they go through.
Yeah,
it's like we need that. Like that's why it's such a big thing now. Like when you are part of a team, like everybody be connected, everybody just like uplift each other, make sure you're there for their teammates and all that. So. That does play like a big role when it comes to stress.
Right. No, yeah, I totally agree, man. It's just, it's wild how much of a difference it is, you know, from high school. You know, I was a 3-sport athlete for a long time, you know, and I thought that coming into college, you know, I'd be doing one sport, it'd be a little easier, but in reality, I've never done something more
so
difficult.
Intense.
Exactly.
So intense,
exactly.
Like one sport feels
like 3, but it definitely feels like 3. Then it's like in high school, you really don't got that much like to worry about.
No, I mean, honestly, you're not held to the expectations that you are here. You know, I mean,
competing with people that are at that level. Even.
Yeah, right.
You know, like your whole team is like as good or if not better than you. So it's like, you know, you got some.
Yeah, you got some stuff going. Yeah, you got some like getting together to do. You just gotta work for it. Like that's the main thing. I feel like you got some people that come to college though and not expecting like how like much of a change it is from high school. And it's like when they do get here, it's like they struggle, or it's like they can't compete. Never like how they compete in high school, because it's like now they're in that atmosphere. Like, damn, I'm not gonna be as good as this kid. Like, I'm really just the average now. Like I used to be top dog, but it's like if you want to be in college doing sports, you just gotta work for it, grind. Like it's gonna eventually eventually gonna get better.
Humbles you for sure.
Yeah, definitely humbles you. Definitely does.
Yeah. No, yeah, I totally agree with that. So my next thing that I have that we could talk about is just staying on top of your jobs and school and sports. You know, how managing all that stuff is interesting. You know, because right now me and Drew don't have jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is our job. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we're down.
I feel that. No, I feel that.
You know, but I mean, I feel like it's an investment right now, and that's all good. But how do you do it? Because I know, I mean, all your family's back at home. You know, they can't support you the way that me and Drew's family can.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go a couple hours down south and get a couple bucks, you know, for some gas or whatever. But I mean, you can't do that. Your family's all the way across the country.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with your jobs and all that stuff?
I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie, like I never just got so much support from my family since I was in middle school. So it's like I learned how to grind on my own, like, figure out ways to make money, and like just really support myself. Because at the end of the day, you gotta think is the more you get older, like ain't nobody gonna be there to help you. Like you can't reach for a handout. So it's like that was the biggest thing for me to like adapt to. Because when I got to college, it was hard. It was hard as hell. But I had one family member though, my uncle. He used to always look out for me, but I didn't always want to look towards him to get money because it's like you do need to figure stuff out on your own. Like we in college, we're grown. Like, at some point, you ain't gonna be able to have that support like you normally would. So that definitely like helped me out and helped me more. But to manage though, like that's the hardest thing. Like, but I found a way to manage it more because like I work 2 jobs like I said, and it's like the first job at Meyer, you know, I pick up morning shifts like 5 a.m. to like 12. So it's like I'm working early, but it's like it pays off because it's like okay, I still got time to do what I need to do throughout the day. But it's like I do gotta sleep on time though.
Exactly.
If I don't get to sleep, I'm gonna be dead for the rest of the day. I'm gonna be lazy, don't want to do nothing. And then Taco Bell, I work up the street. Like that job, like that was really just a job for me to make money when I needed to. And it was like I got so cool with people. Like that's the one thing you do want to do in college, like connect with people, like create them relationships with people, so they like you. So with Taco Bell, like I can literally go in there anytime I want. Like that actually benefited me because it's like I do got a crazy work schedule, crazy school schedule, relationship, family. Like it's all just tied into one. But it's like I found a way to manage it even more now since I got older because it's like you know when to like manage what to manage. Like so.
That's huge, and I totally agree with the whole connections thing. You know, I have a job back home. I did it for 3-4 years. I used to work at I still kind of work at a ski resort, like the little ski resort in my town. You know, and I started. I was gonna do snowboarding instructor, but then I realized I don't make that much money, and so I started with. They call it. I forget what they call it, but we call it security. We were the security guys, you know? And so we just made sure everything was good and started at $9 an hour just because that's what everybody starts with.
That's crazy.
You know, and after a couple years, you know, now I'm making $14 an hour. And for me, that's good, you know? And my boss is really cool with me, you know? I mean, I call him every day. Not every day, but I call him a good amount, you know, just ask him how his kids are, you know, ask him how his girlfriend's doing, all that stuff. And we have a really good relationship. And so now he calls me up, he's like, hey, I had to let go of all the other guys, you still want to work. You know, so it's like now I still have that job. I can work whenever I want, you know, and he's chill with that. So connections are huge.
Yeah, you never know. You never know when you need it down the line.
Exactly, because it's not just when you need to have another business partner come in. It's not when you need advice. It even works into your job where it's like, yo, dude, I need a day off. Can you like take my shift or some shit like that? You know. So it's huge. Networking is huge.
Dude, especially when you're trying to get a new job and stuff, get those referrals.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly.
You never know who will look out for you. You never know.
That's just like, that could be another $1 or $2 an hour. So,
now one of the big things with time management, you know, if you're always stressed, I'm always thinking about how, if you're swamped with shit you gotta do, you know, how are you gonna make that money? And I mean, you got your time management with like jobs and shit, but like, have you ever thought about like passive income? You know, different shit.
Definitely have, cause like now I ain't gonna lie, like now it's stressful for me. Like I done had my depression phases where it's like, damn, I don't want to work for nobody. Like I'm getting tired of waking up early. Like I'm getting tired of doing all that. But it's like working early shifts or just working a job in general, like working hard, like it'll pay off towards the end. But it's like you really gotta want that. Like that's like I said with y'all, like y'all actually trying to find a way to like make y'all business pop and grow. And it's like y'all took that step and like y'all doing y'all thing with it. And it's like if you keep running with that, it's gonna pay off at the end of the day. Like, but with me though, like now, like since I'm getting older, like my passive income, like ideas, like want to do a laundromat, want to do real estate, like all that, like because at the end of the day, it's pay off. I don't want to have to work for something, like work under somebody to make a living. Like I don't want to be living check to check. Or have to worry about like, damn, I might get laid off, or I gotta wake up in the morning to go to this job. But it's like, no, I don't want to do that. Like stocks and stuff, like I'm very interested in stocks, and it's like I don't want to look for somebody else to try to figure out stocks. I want to do it on my own, just because I know I can probably do it. Yeah. So
100%.
That's a big thing with me. Like passive income, I think that's the biggest thing, because I do not like working now. Like getting older, I do not like just getting up working. Like it's more stress on my body, and it's like it causes stress down the line. Like I see old people at my job now, like been working at the job for like 30, 40 years. Like how? Like why are y'all still here?
Right.
Y'all didn't want nothing else in life? Like I can't be consistent. Like I always got to do something or find something new to do.
Yeah, no, and totally. That's what I see out of you. You know, you just always are working hard and shit like that. So that's why I'm asking. You know, and I didn't expect a different answer out of you.
Yeah.
One of the things that Drew was actually talking about was the storage units. You know, he was saying that those are on the come up.
No, those are. I just seen actually 2 in Bay City get built.
Yeah.
And that just sit there. Like literally just sit there.
You don't have to do anything. You don't just get a check, bro.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, so it's like, for me at least, when I think about passive income, you know, I mean, I'm invested in this business so much. I mean, the money, when I go home for winter break, I'm going to be working at the ski resort, you know, as much as I can, just to get that couple extra bucks, you know. But all that money, I'm going to put right back into the business, you know, just because I don't want to have to pay somebody back, you know. I already took some of my parents' money, you know, put it into this. And even though they're like, yo, you don't have to pay me back, you know,
you still just want that feeling,
it's the right thing to do, to pay the people
that you're like self-made too.
Exactly. So that's one of the huge things, you know. I think about passive income. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah. So. No, that's understandable. It definitely is. That's how I look at it too. Like I don't want to owe nobody. Like if it do come down to it, I know I have to do it. Not nobody else for me. Right. And it's like, you know, it got some people out here that hold that against you. Like I did that for you, so what are you gonna do for me today?
Right.
Like I don't want to be stuck in that position, because it's like if you looking for a handout, you gonna have to give a handout at some point. So it's like, no, I hate that.
Right. Now, one of the last things that I have on here about my topic is everybody is so worried about getting all their stuff done, but like a lot of them procrastinate. You know, I mean, they just don't really care enough about the stuff. You know, they just start doing other things. I mean, do you ever happen to do that, or do you just not have the time?
Oh no, I procrastinate a lot. Like, but I feel like that's what made me better in a sense. It probably don't work for everybody, especially I know for school. Like I procrastinate when it comes to work, and it's like I know I got the work to do. I can get it done, but it's like that's where it comes to the point. Like I want my time to myself. I don't want to stress about this shit. So it's like, man, like what I'm gonna do. But it's like I know I'm gonna get this done. Like, but the big projects and stuff, like the big papers and stuff, okay, I do them right away. Like start on a week early. But it becomes like small assignments, I wait till like literally to like almost the last day to do it. Yeah. Not almost the last day, but the day before. I'll be like, okay, let's get this done and get everything situated. So that's how I deal with it.
Right. For me, at least, in the beginning of the year, I didn't focus on any of my schoolwork, you know, because I mean, senior year of high school, we barely did anything, you know, and then with the COVID year, nobody did anything just because everything was online, you know, and so it was easy just to not do work and still get a good grade. And come to college, I end up finding out that if you don't do the work, you will not have good grades. And so real quick. Especially since
don't care.
No, they don't.
They getting a check. That's all that matters.
Exactly. And so, I mean, you quickly realize that even though you still have B's and C's in your classes, that's still not even a 3. You know?
Not at all.
Just because you're taking like 4 classes. And so, I mean, that procrastination has to be minimal for you to do good. So
it definitely add up, and I feel like that's where you need to get the most work in, like, cause like y'all doing a lot of work since y'all freshmen, but it's like the more you get like into like sophomore, junior, senior, the work lessons because it's like they trying to prepare you for like your job, like
they're trying to,
actually what you need your degree on.
People out,
yeah,
and make sure like you're actually like,
they trying to see who's strong.
Right.
Only the strong survive.
Right, that's
Only the
true.
strong survive. And it's like the more you get up in like your grade level, the more like you focusing on what you actually gonna do when you get out of college.
Right.
Because I know for me it's like presentations and stuff like that, like doing business, like how you say it, like business surveys, like basically like saying how a business can fix itself. Because I just did one recently, and I actually enjoyed that though.
Really?
A consulting thing. Yeah,
Right.
So it wasn't bad at all.
No, yeah, no, that's cool. So what are you trying to do later in life? Because I know we were talking recently, we were talking about the police academy, but I also heard talks that you wanted to like do stuff to like help people,
I think that's the big thing. Like the police academy, that is a different like approach for me, especially like my past life, like just dealing with life in general. That's not something that I would just do first off rip, but it's like it's an opportunity to actually. Cause I had my like moments where some shit happened to me, but it had made me look at police like force like a totally different, like damn, like they really do that to people. But actually being around, like coming to Michigan, being around some officers, like it made change my outlook. Like, oh, it's really not bad. Like there's some good people out here. Like you got the people that are like bad cops and stuff like that, but you got the good ones. And I feel like the more bad that it's seen, like it weigh out on the good cops. But that's the aspect I want to change, because my thing is like I'm a minority, I'm black, so it's like we got more attention on this, and it's like I want to help my community out.
Right, and if you can be a like good person, you change the community, shit like that.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
It puts a better outlook on everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to change that aspect of it. But my main goal is though, I do want to do like train a facility for like kids, like low income kids or just kids in general, because nowadays you got a lot of kids that's not looking to go to school or gangs and shit like that. So it's like, if I can change that, help change that narrative for a kid, like that's more positive for me, because my whole outlook on it, have a facility where you get the kids develop and stuff like that. They got sports, we got studying and all that,
right.
And it's like the longer you stay in, the more I don't want to say that, like the more you stay in, the more we're gonna be there for you, because like even if you get out, we're still gonna be there for you.
Right.
You just gotta come back to us though, like we're gonna help you out, like. Because a lot of kids don't get that help. I didn't get that help. Like I had to really do it on my own. But it's like I don't want another kid having to deal with that, because it can be tough. So if I can step in, be that guy, help them, especially because I want to make it to where like the money that we do get income, like you get the employees and stuff get paid, but it's like majority of that money's gonna go to the kids. Like they want to go to school, you got a scholarship from us to go. You just gotta find like wherever the way ends at. But majority we're gonna look out for you though.
Yeah,
we're gonna get the money for you.
100% they will.
Yeah.
No, that's super cool, and I feel like that would clean up everything,
Yeah,
bad parts, of any town. There's bad parts everywhere, and I feel like even if there was just one of those, people would travel just to have that community of people that understand each other, but then also build each other up.
Yeah,
I think that's super cool.
That's definitely an aspect I want to be doing, because it's like it's just crazy looking at shit like that, like especially now, like a lot of kids not trying to like do shit in their life, like they going to the wrong outlets, and it's like you can do so much better. Like I done seen kids I done grew up with, or just kids I know now, like, bro, come on now, like why are you doing it? Like you better than this. Like if you don't have guidance, you probably better than that. But if you do got the guidance, okay, you gonna do this, you'll have a better outlet for your future.
Exactly.
And you enjoy like coaching and stuff too?
Oh yeah, I definitely enjoy coaching. That's probably one of the best things I like to do is coach, especially for track. But it's like I know still aspects I need to work out, but it's like I know what I'm doing though. I just probably need to get more like technical with it, get like a certificate, actually knowing like more stuff. But other than that, I feel like I can be a coach. I just need to learn like the body and all that. That's what like my main focus. Because I know what I'm talking about. Just like sometimes I just don't know how to explain it, but I know how to show it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and correct it.
I've definitely seen that too.
Yeah.
Like you have like a passion for teaching.
Yeah.
I can tell. It definitely helped me a lot with.
Oh yeah, with the blocks.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Exactly. Got me right for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, we are back, and last thing we left off on was how you wanted to open up your own little thing to promote people just staying positive.
Yeah.
And
like
getting out
just-
of bad positions.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, we can either just keep talking about that, or Drew, I mean, I know you have some questions.
Question.
Yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Question for both of you guys: how do you manage your mental health? like with like track and with like school and.
Don't think about it. That's literally how I manage it. Don't think about it. Because the more you think about it, the more you're going to be sitting on that.
The more you like your head and stuff.
Yeah, the more you're in your head. Because I feel like you just like, all right, so how I look at it, and I've been told by coaches and stuff, if you fuck up once, just let it go. It's the past. Like, you already passed it. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
There's no point in looking back.
Yeah, because you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. You can't go back in time. So just forget about it. That's how I do it.
Now, one of the craziest moments I've had in my sports career, you know, which goes off of exactly what you just said. You know, it was a huge game. You know, both teams undefeated. One team was gonna go back with an L. I mean, our team did lose that game.
Yeah.
But you know, there was our quarterback really good, and it was a fade to me, and threw a perfect dot. Right through my hands, bro. I was so pissed, you know, everybody's screaming, like their sidelines like Butterfingers, you know, just saying the most out of pocket shit. And I come back and they're like, you wanna do that again? And I was like, yeah, give me one more, bro.
Yeah.
And so I go back to literally the next play, bro, catch that shit touchdown. I'm like, you know, crazy. And so I ended up scoring twice that game, which was huge because that team that we played against went to the quarterfinals for states.
Okay.
So they were good, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I had a pretty good game that game, and I mean that's just going with what you said, you know, just forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Shit happen.
It
You
does.
ain't perfect. Shit happen,
Exactly.
especially in sports. A lot of shit happen.
Right.
You have your bad days. You got your good days. You just can't just dwell on it. Like, okay, I got it next time. Like I know I fucked up, but now you know what to correct on. Like, that's how
Exactly.
it
It's
is.
always a lesson. It's always a lesson, and I feel like hobbies are a huge thing to help your mental health. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you always see me like just doing shit on my computer for this, you know. I mean, me and you, we tried. Well, not tried. We keep doing it, but like the music, you know, we make our music.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Every once in a while, we'll hop in the studio, you know, do our shit, you know. It's fun, you know. It keeps the spirits up, you know. It helps us like.
And it helps you think and stuff, bro.
That's
It
what
was
really
like, you wouldn't expect it, but like you gotta think to come up with some stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely do.
You gotta be lyrical.
Yeah, you definitely do gotta be lyrical. Gotta write it down and stuff. Really think about it. Yeah, I feel that.
It's like poetry almost, just 'cause you gotta get the syllables right. the
Exactly,
rhymes,
bro.
and,
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta really study your shit.
And it's fun because I mean you can never be the best, you know. I mean with like the software, they're always coming out with something new. You know, you can't. You're always learning, and I think that's something that helps you keep your mind off of the stress in life. You know, just learning new shit. You know, and you can never learn enough. So
Yeah.
always trying new stuff. I think that's huge. So
For sure. Another question would be, how do you think athletics like have grown you as a person, like all throughout your life? Just in general, like character-wise, like intelligence is like.
It definitely made me more of like a humble person, more of understanding, like more calm, not as much explosive and stuff like that. Intelligent, like it definitely made me think about a lot of stuff differently, like just not reacting off something, but definitely like processing the information. Like, all right, what can I do better? What like did I do or what didn't do? Like just to really like process your mental thinking. Like, okay, I did this, I fucked up here, but I can improve this way, or I can ask for help from somebody.
Right.
So I definitely did that in that standpoint about it. Definitely.
I think that sports, it honestly depends on the sport. You know, I mean, with me for football, that taught me like how much like family matters. You know, I mean, even though none of us were related on that team, we would do anything for anybody, even the guys that we weren't fond of. You know, we would do anything, and even for the coaches. You know, I mean, we didn't like some of them, but we would still do anything for them. So I feel like that taught me a lot about brotherhood and family and shit like that.
Facts.
Whereas like track, you know, I mean, it was a very independent sport for me, so it was more like mental battles that it taught me to get through, you know, injuries, stuff like that. And I mean, it all just depends on the sport, in my opinion. So
With track though, like I definitely feel what you're saying. Like I feel like it's different though when it comes to like high school and college. Cause high school,
100%.
like high school, you really like focus on yourself. Like fuck everybody else. It's just me. But like in college, like even though it's an individual sport, it's like a team aspect of it because it's like everybody comes together on something. Everybody helping each other out, like cheering each other on. Like you need that. In high school, you really didn't get much of it, but you did get it. But it ain't as intense as it would have been in college.
I agree, 100%. I mean,
because you see how the team is now. Like everybody's
exactly.
close.
Everybody's
like,
homies.
connected. Like,
you know,
it's really a family, and it's like if you don't look out for your next person, then you fucking them up for a next race or me. Like you gotta be able to uplift everybody on the team, even if y'all do different events,
right?
Anything.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the kids that did track at my school, bro, they were just trying to lose weight. You know, it was just to get them fit. You know, and then you had the select few people that actually wanted to do good. You know.
Definitely has to do with like how competitive you are too. Because like you look at some like high school athletes, especially on track, you're just like, bro, you just like don't really care.
Exactly.
They don't care. And there's other kids that are just like, bro, like I love winning type shit, you know.
And then you got those kids that really wish they was in a position of somebody else that don't care. Like, you got all that talent and you don't care. Like that's fucked up. Like you should give me that. Like
for real.
Like those freshmen you'll see like in high school where it's like, bro, you're actually like fast as fuck. Like, you should be taking this a little more seriously.
No, it's cool. I'm just doing it just to pass time, something like that. That do be frustrating because it's like y'all said, like people actually be wanting to do that, and it's like a lot of people are not capable of doing it. So it's like that do be kind of like messed up when people be doing that. I do see that in a lot in sports. So,
but that's how people get brought up, though. You know what I'm saying? People just being like, dude, bro, you got natural talent, you know? And then they're like, oh shit, maybe I actually do.
Yeah.
You know? So
I mean, it's like with John on the team, first time doing track last year.
Right.
Third at conference, man, like he was killing it. And he loved it now, so it's like that's a good thing. Like we actually broke him from that. So
and now he wants to run too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, winning is contagious, my boy. Winning is contagious.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he got a little taste of it, and now he wants more. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what like I went through. I just wanted to get faster for football and stuff, and then I came to realize like, bro, actually,
it's a lot of benefits. It's a lot of benefits out of track.
And it's like I think I would be able to compete better in the sport than football.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm a little bit undersized for like a D2 football team.
Yeah.
But like for D2 track, I'm
perfect.
In a decent spot. Yeah.
That's the one thing I will say that track separate a lot from other sports, because it's like with track, like you don't need the you know the how would you say it? You don't really need the notice and stuff like that, like from outside people, because with track all you doing is running the time. Like that time will get you noticed from anybody, but it's like you play football or basketball, like
it's like what can we like make?
Yeah, like what? How are you noticed? Like who are you? Like basically, like do you got somebody behind you to say you this good, or like just like with D1, like you got to be a D1 athlete to make it big, like, and that's in football or basketball, because you're not seeing a lot of D2 or JUCO people going, or D3 going to the league or something in football, basketball. They really got to push, and you do got some that go, but it's like you don't see a lot of it, and it's like you don't get that notoriety like you would if it was just like all around like the same like track is. Like if you run the time, you fast, okay, well you can come here and do this trial, you can run this meet, like it's all about times.
You guys ever hear about this guy right here?
Bro. Amazing, bro. The fastest 60 meter split in 100, 6'2".
Yeah, no, but
crazy.
This guy right there, his name's, what is it, Su Bingtian or something like that?
Should I put him up there?
Yeah, you could totally put that up. All I looked up was Chinese sprinter told too small. That's all I looked up, because I watched a video.
They say he was physically challenged to run like as fast as anybody else, because his legs is too small.
Exactly. And so everybody told him, like, dude, you're too small.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people like, I mean, he was competing against Usain Bolt, you know, the fastest dude ever, you know, and he was competing against him, and it's like his legs are up to like here. Usain's are up to like, you know, I mean, not really, but like, you know what I'm saying? There's a huge difference.
Yeah, definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah, that guy right there, man. I mean,
you gotta put on one of his races.
Yeah, throw him
on
one of his races, bro.
Fast. He ran, I think 986 is his fastest time.
Let's see. Su Bingtian. What is it, 60 meter?
No, look up his 100 meter time. His fastest 60 meters is like 629.
983.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, throw that thing on, man.
There we go.
Right there.
You've seen the mini documentary. We're crazy.
Best start like in the world.
Yeah, look at that, bro. He's already off.
Oh, he won that easily. He won from the start.
Yeah.
He almost gets caught at the end though.
Yeah,
Just
he does,
'cause-
but no, he stayed with it.
But like,
You gotta fight though in track. Like
Mhm.
you can't give up. Like, once you give up on yourself, you're giving up on everything. Especially all that work you done put in,
Yeah.
all that discipline. Like you can't give up on yourself.
You want to turn on that jazz again?
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just thinking about that. You guys were talking about how Drew's may not be the size for football,
Mhm.
but you know, I mean, track isn't about size or anything like that. I mean, it's
Mhm.
all about how hard you want to work.
Mhm.
You know, and I mean, I just thought about that guy because I mean, he
put
may
in the
be
time.
small, but
Yeah.
exactly, he put in that time, and paid off for him.
His workouts are pretty sweet too. Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, watching those. Yeah.
You seen his mini documentary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was insane. Like he was actually working for that.
Mm.
That just give a lot of motivation in track and
It
field.
does.
It
It
definitely
does.
does.
Proves a lot of people wrong. You know,
Yeah.
nothing better. So yeah. What else you got for us, Drew?
Not too much left. Well, like, I guess this kind of can feed into like what we were just talking about, like what athlete like motivates you the most, or like what athlete you look
Yeah,
up
that
to.
does go into it.
It's a lot of athletes that motivate me for real. Like I know Usain Bolt motivated me a lot just seeing him run, like the times he run.
Oh, it's crazy watching
Yeah.
him run.
Noah
His
Lyles.
mechanics.
Yeah.
I love Noah Lyles.
Yeah, Noah Lyles, but the mechanics though is crazy. And then I ain't gonna lie, like a little interest I've been putting in is Aaron Knighton, like the 18-year-old, like
Bro, he's
for him to
like-
be that young, like he's moving, like I can say I definitely watch him a lot too, cause it's like he's young, he's doing it. He's not really as cocky. He's like he just want to be hungry. He
he's-
want to compete.
He's
like, so
ambitious
that's,
too.
that's
Especially
a good
those
thing.
like, press conferences,
Mhm.
bro. He's just like, what was the one? Jobs not finished. or
Yeah,
something?
job's not finished. Like I took it as being a little cocky, but it's like you gotta be like you young, you one of the top athletes. Like go ahead and prove them like you can do what you want. You're doing. Like,
You're 18,
Yeah,
bro.
you're 18. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I definitely look at that. Like it's a lot of athletes out here. I know another one that do motivational speeches is Inky Johnson. I really like Inky Johnson. Like even though like he got his career ended at Tennessee. Y'all probably seen that. Yeah, but no, he's a real good motivational speaker. I feel like he definitely uplifted a lot because he went through a lot of hardships too with his family. So I can relate to that. So that's somebody I can definitely look at too.
No, yeah, that's cool. I don't really look up to that many athletes, honestly. I just kind of stick to my own, which probably isn't the best thing. But
No, it is the best thing. You're able to do that like that. You don't have to look up to nobody like to do what you want to do
Yeah.
yourself. Like I said, I look at them, but it's like I'm not really just looking up to them because, like you said, you're your own person. Like you develop differently. Like
yeah,
you go about your life differently than they do. So
Right.
it's like
And
you
that's
gotta find that.
that's
You
yourself.
gotta be original.
Right.
You know? Like, you
that's
know,
what I
so-
try to do. You know what I mean? So I don't really follow that many people, but I do look at different athletes, and I just kind of look at how they do it. You know, I mean, I'll even follow what people do to work out. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, every single one of my workouts for days that I'm not in doing track workouts, I follow a workout by this guy. His name's PerkFit on Instagram. He's sponsored by a bunch of different brands, but I mean, all of his stuff, you know, he's a big dude. I mean, he posts how he looked, how he was, and all that stuff, and I just look up to that because I'm like, okay, you put the work in, you did all this stuff, now I could do the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
But then you also got that guy from the Cleveland Browns. He was like homeless or something, and they were having a what's it called, like a walk-on camp or something in Miami. And he just walked in and told everybody, like, I got invited, you know, and when in reality he didn't. And I mean, he just scored his first NFL touchdown the other day, I don't remember when, but it's crazy. I mean, he went from being homeless to just signing a deal with the Browns, you know. So I mean, it's crazy. It's just how much it's the work you put in. You know, you'll get results if you put the work
you'll
in.
get rewarded. You'll get rewarded.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. So are you all out of questions? Anything?
I mean, I've got nothing else.
Cool. X, anything you want to bring up?
No, I think that's smooth. Yeah, that was a nice little combo. Definitely like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's cool, you know, with this whole thing, I just think it's cool to open up, you know, let some frustrations out, you know, just have a good conversation, you know.
Get to know each other too.
Exactly. I mean, you bring out sides of people that you don't really know.
Well, I do got one question though. What was y'all biggest adjustment like coming to college from high school that y'all done seen now since y'all almost done with the full semester?
You can go first, buddy.
Definitely the time management, like we talked about. Like I know the first few weeks, I was like, bro, like just with my homework and stuff, after, like I was expecting this amount of like practice and stuff, but I wasn't expecting like this amount of homework to have to do with all this practice. So I was like, dang, I gotta figure out how to deal with this.
Same here, bro. Same here. But I didn't take it seriously in the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a huge, like, just hit when I get called into the office and they look at me and they're like, you're not eligible. I'm like, wow, really? And so, you know, ever since then, I've been taking things a lot more seriously. You know, I was failing like 3 of my classes, you know, and now I'm not failing any of them. So, I mean, it's just huge, and it's all mental, you know.
That's why I told you at the beginning, though, like, the freshman and sophomore year, that's when you really want to put in the work, because it's going to pay off in the long run. Mm-hmm. You won't have to stress about, like, oh, I got to bring class up, have to deal with, oh, I got to take another class before I graduate.
Right.
You ain't got to deal with none of that. Yeah, but if you get it done now, you won't have to worry about it later. That's how I feel about it.
True.
No, for real. Well, I appreciate you coming on this with us. You know, I mean, you're always welcome to come on here and just have a good conversation with us.
No problem.
No, super cool, bro. I appreciate it, my boy.
No problem.
Thank you. Now, for you guys, we are about to drop our new clothing drop for winter. We're calling it abstract just because of the designs that we have. I mean, we got one of our designs here. Pretty cool, light, funny, you know, perfect to wear school, out and about, you know, all that stuff. So we're gonna have a couple sweatshirts, a couple tees, a couple bottoms, and we're also gonna come out with trucker hats. So stay tuned for that, and you guys will be seeing more of us soon. So you can check us out at www.platinumathletic.club.net, and you can also check us out on Instagram at platinum_athletic club, and also on TikTok at Platinum Athletic Club. So again, I'm Jackson Campbell, CEO and co-founder of Platinum Athletic Club.
Andrew Finley, CFO, Platinum Athletic Club and co-founder.
And thanks, Sax, for coming on today. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you guys later.